all my girls are going to be so proud that I actually remembered to do that today. So look, Diane's like, she remembered something. But we are coming to you special today. And I am so excited. There is a great lineup of women who are going to be sharing with you all about how you can earn a trip to Turks and Caicos. Before noon hit, I was talking with a couple of the gals on here. And the great thing about Senegence and about these incentives is that everyone has the same opportunity to earn these incentives. So regardless of title, like you can start today and you can earn Turks and Caicos in 9 months. So I am just thrilled to have so many of you on here. Please use the chat function. If someone's speaking and you come up with a question, we'll do our very best to answer them all before we're done today. But each person has about 5 minutes. And so if you have a pen and paper or you're near a computer, get ready to take some notes because it's going to be kind of like a fire hose worth of information coming at you. But it's all going to be so, so good. So with that being said, what I would encourage you to do, number one, is if you haven't already done so, when we're done with this call, find out where your personal PV is, where your group personal PV is, and write that down and put it on your computer and then put where you need to be in 9 months. And we'll talk later about how to track that information, but that's always number one, where to start. You need to know where your numbers are because each of us are going to be different on that. So with that being said, I am going to kick it over. And I hope I say your name right. Karis, please let me know how to pronounce your name first of all, and then share your current title with Senegence. And ladies, she is going to share with you, is it worth the buy-in? So let's say you earn Turks and Caicos at 25%. Here we go.
Hi, yes, Karis is how you pronounce it. You got it right. I'm Karis Vigil, and I am from North Texas. I am a Royal with Senegence. I've been with the company for 4 years. And this was my first Senegence trip to earn was Hawaii, and I earned it at the 25% buy-in level. So that means that Senegence paid for 25%, and so we paid in, my husband and I paid in to be able to go on the trip. So that means it was about $6,000 that we paid in. And I will tell you, I knew I was on track for earning this trip for a while. And I kept telling my customers, even if I earn it, I don't know if I'm going to go on it because I wasn't sure if my husband was going to be on board with us buying in and just wasn't even sure if we were going to do that. But I kept working for it because it has been a goal of mine for a long time to earn a trip with Senegence. And so I'm going to go through just real quickly some of the reasons why I think it was worth it. So I did talk to some friends and other leaders who encouraged me to go ahead and do the buy-in and go, and I'm so, so glad that they did. One, it really helped my sales to work towards the trip and to even earn the trip because it gave my customers something to help me, a goal to like go for. And when I decided to take the trip, they were so excited for me. I got so many messages from people like, so glad you decided to do it. And so I saw my customer base grow over this time. It helps with recruiting. I got to be honest, when I joined Senegence, my upline had been posting about this lipstick that didn't come off for months, and I totally ignored her. When she started posting trip or pictures from her trip to Costa Rica, I started paying attention. I was like, wait, where are you? What are you doing? This looks like fun. And that's what got my attention years ago. And so the same thing has happened since I've been back. I've been getting messages from people who have not paid any attention to my business posts, but now they're asking me about my trip and what I was doing there and paying attention to my stories. And so it's given me opportunities to share the opportunity with more people than I would have otherwise. And I've seen people that are getting closer to Bora Bora and getting closer to like earning other trips because of going on this trip. It helped me be a better leader because I used to think that only the top ranks could earn trips. I thought you had to be a countess at least, or you had to have a huge team. And I don't have a huge team, but it was hard for me to encourage and believe in my team members when I wasn't even sure if I could earn it. And so knowing that I can do it, and I definitely know that I can do it 100%, I can do it again. And now I know that I can help my team members get there, and I feel like I can really encourage them and show them how to do it. So that's been a huge benefit for me that I'm so glad that I actually did go on the trip. And then just the experience. I mean, Synergence does spoil us. You hear that from everybody, but had so much fun, got so many extra gifts. It was just amazing. And that kind of leads into, I'm married to the biggest skeptic. And going on this trip, I was actually a little bit worried because I was like, if Synergence doesn't do an amazing job, then I'm never going on another trip again. And y'all, while we were in Hawaii, he already started talking about Turks and Caicos. He had never been on any Synergence anything, hadn't been around the culture or anything, and he sipped the blue Kool-Aid. He's got a taste. So it's the first time that he's actually been encouraging me towards like Bora Bora. He's like, you can do it, which that is huge, y'all. So if you have skeptics in your life, whether it be a spouse, a family member, if this has helped, that's been the biggest thing for me personally. And then the last thing real quickly that is, I think, probably the most important is the friendships and the connections that you make on these trips. I haven't had an active upline in over 3 years. And so I now am in chats with these ladies with amazing leaders in the company. And I'm getting to just continually learn from them, I made friends with so many of these leaders on the trip, and getting to continue to grow in my personal business and learn, and just the sisterhood and the encouragement when people hit different things. That's something that like I said, not having an active upline or a team, I haven't had that for years. And so that made it totally worth it for me. So absolutely, highly recommend you buy in if you are close, or if you earn at even a lower percentage. It also has fueled me to work even harder to earn at a higher percentage next year, because I know I can do the 25% level. So next year, I'm definitely going for 50% or 75, because I know I can do that too. So definitely recommend it. It has been a game changer for my business. It's only been a few weeks since I've been back, and I would definitely will do it again if we'll do it, but I'm going to do it at a higher percentage, and I'm going to get some of my team members there next year too.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And I don't know about you all, but hearing just that little bit got me excited. Like, yes. And to hear from her, she's a royal, and she is just, I believe her when she says she's going to be back. She's going to be at Turks and Caicos at a higher percentage with her teammates. I truly believe that is going to happen. And so if you find yourself later today looking at your, where you feel like you could land, don't discount that 25%, because amazing things happen in the meantime. With that being said, our next topic is to talk about the relationships you have the opportunity to make while you are there. I know a lot of people go into these trips like, I don't know, I don't know anybody. All those kinds of things. Is Randy here? I'm going to call on Randy because she went on her first trip, and I would love to hear from someone else. By the way, I put in the chat, hi, my name is Jenna. Sorry about that. I just get so excited, but I've been with Synergence about 5 years. I have earned several trips, but I'm here for you to hear. I'm providing this opportunity for you all to hear from others that you can really relate with. I feel like, everything I do is relatable and duplicatable, but it doesn't always feel that way when you're at different, when you hold different titles. So I want you to hear from women who are just right there with you. So Randy, would you please share about what it's been like since you went to Hawaii with the people that you were able to meet there?
Hey everybody, I'm Randy. I am currently a lady, and I've been with Synergence for 5 years. And this is actually my second trip, Jenna. I went to Cabo, and my 5th trip earned. And I will tell you that even just going from Cabo, and then like 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later to Hawaii, I saw a lot of the same faces, but I saw a lot of new faces. And right now I have gained more knowledge from that trip, by just networking with the ladies and the group chats that we have created either prior or after, than I have in a very long time. And I think that's also going to go into a little bit. I know I might be jumping the gun a little bit here. Can I just go into my next one? Okay.
Let's put it all together.
But the relationships you build, it's not only about you, it's about the people that you take. And going off of what Kara said is, now her husband has drank the Kool-Aid. And speaking of that, Tiffany was there and we were at the pool one day, and my husband has always supported me, but you guys want to hear a funny story? Can I tell them that, Tiffany? Well, she was doing these hennapin, is it hennapin tattoos, or what's it called?
Yeah, henna tattooing.
Mm-hmm. Henna tattooing. She tattooed a lips on the back of my husband, and it said, he wanted it. I was like, oh wow, he just drank the tattoo, but he got a lips and it said Sinistar 21, and he was like sporting that stuff, and he was all excited about it. So the husbands also build these relationships, and then they look forward to you, and then they are rooting you on at home. So it's, it's more about also your support system too. And I think that's really important. But the relationships are invaluable, and they give you a funnel of women that are so supportive and helpful. And I think that goes right into my topic, which I might be jumping the gun, Jenna, but I'm going to just go ahead because I'm on. My topic is about, do you have to have a direct upline that is like full board to be able to make these trips? Because I don't. And I shouldn't say I don't have any upline that isn't supportive, because obviously I have Jenna, I have Anna, I have Courtney, but my direct upline, who was a crown princess, maybe lasted 2 years. And of the last 5 years that I've been in this, I've been doing this on my own. And I think the first year I had I was successful, but it's these last 2 or 3 years, I feel that I have really put the work in, and I feel proud about the success that I've made, because it's been solely on me to do. And that's what it comes down to. It's your success is not due to your upline or uplines, but they are there to help support and mentor you. But when it comes down to is that you need to want to do it. Okay. So I don't have any special thing to tell you, but it's got to be that professional will that comes from within you. Okay. And one thing that I like to do is I get in everything, and Jenna will know this, but I attend or participate in every single challenge, every event that we do. And when I'm not participating, or if I am participating, I'm still doing them with my team as well. Like every month I have an event. It's either I'm throwing a mega party, a skincare challenge, an opportunity event, or something. So I'm just making it happen, and I want to provide that resource for my team as well. But that's what our uplines do too. And so that's why Synergence was so smart when they created 5 uplines, because you do have that, that tier system. However, it's the people and the relationships that you build. And when you're doing these events, you get put into maybe some teams, that you're introduced to somebody new, and then there's your new friend. Then you've made all these new contacts. So it's really about, join every event you can. Take the opportunity. Don't just let it pass you by. And if you're like feeling, it comes down to, are you willing to put in the work? And that's how you're going to make it. So that's all I got. Oh, I got one more thing, and I want to share this, and it kind of leads into, can I share my screen? Okay, it's a quote that I share. I also own my own healthcare consulting business, and I work with hospitals and healthcare organizations all over the United States. And it comes down to this too. So when we're working with them, here's what I always tell them. Oh, host disabled participant screen sharing. Maybe I don't. maybe I'll just read it to you.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, because I don't want to screw anything up. But I share this with everybody because it says, we should value the faculty of knowing what we ought to do and having the will to do it. Knowing is easy, okay? We know how to do these things. It is the doing that is difficult. The critical issue is not what we know, but what we do with what we know. The great end of life is not knowledge, but action. And that is from Admiral Hyman Rickover. And I think that is just such a powerful message. And so I share that with my clients and providers and healthcare people that I work with as well when we are working with them. So
thank you for sharing that. I mean, I think that's something we should all maybe have as a screensaver, a good reminder. So thank you for sharing that, Randy. And, I saw lots of heads nodding, that if you don't have an active upline, that you can do this. And honestly, take a screenshot and look at the names who are on here with you, because chances are if they're investing in themselves in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, they're going to be someone you can probably count on, right? So get out and find another Senate sister that you can hold accountable with. So I'm going to kick it over to Miss Michaela Bolt next. She's going to talk about how she earned a trip to Hawaii at a discount and how you can do that also regardless of rank.
Hey everybody, can you hear me? Okay, hi, I'm Michaela Boissano, aka Michaela Bolt. I am a Royal with Senegence. I'm from Portland, Maine. I am 26 years old and I live with my parents. My career is a performer. I'm an actor, singer, professional dancer. And so when COVID hit, I moved back home instead of going to Broadway. So that is my life story right now. But I would love for you to put in the chat, what is your rank and how many downlines do you have right now? Doesn't matter if the number is 0, just let me see it pop up on the screen. Okay. What's your rank and how many downlines about do you have? Don't be shy, because I want to put it in perspective for you. Maiden 4, awesome. Okay. 6 active downlines, Royal and waiting. Fantastic. Distributor 3. Yes, yes, yes. 1. Yes. Okay. So I started with Senegence in February 2019. I spent my entire first year with no downlines. I had 1 sign up in February in my renewal month. And then if we talk about 2020, April 2020, when the new seminar year started, I had that 1 downline. Okay. And I still earned Hawaii, and I earned it at 50%. And I'm a Royal now. And I know some Crown Princesses also earned it at 50%. And so if you're here and you have no one on your team yet, you're still fine, because I ended my seminar year with 64,000 PV in my downline. And the tier that I made 50% was 45,000 my personal PV and only 25,000 team. So if you focus on your business, you will grow your business. You will grow your downline. Okay. If you focus on your business first, like I went for Senate sales and I achieved that every quarter last year. I hit Emerald twice. I did my business first and the downlines came. You, like Randy was saying, you just fill your calendar. I said yes to everything. And you guys, my life did change when I met Liz Pope and then I met Jenna. Like my life changed because I had more access to things going on and knowledge. And my upline, there's a theme here. My upline was not active. My upline quit and I was alone. I didn't really know where to go. But what I can tell you is get in the zone right now. If you're not already, get in the zone. That is the only reason I got Ruby Senate sales, the first quarter, and then Emerald twice and then Sapphire, was because I was in the zone. I was saying yes to all the mega party opportunities. I was saying yes to the skincare challenges. You just have to say yes. And even if you're busy, like, you're not too busy to do this. You can do it. I mean, obviously life happens and that's your life. But if you can squeeze one more thing in, you can do this. So with my personal sales, almost at $100,000 retail, my personal sales, and I live at home with my parents, and, you know, I'm doing chores and also trying to keep up my acting and singing on the side. You know, you can do it too. So even if you have 0 people on your team right now, focus on your business, get in the zone, do the things that they say, get in the mega parties, do hostess parties, fill your calendar. When you make those sales goals and you make those, you know, things, you will rank up, you will get new downlines, you will grow your team. You just keep doing that, you know. And I hit Sapphire Senna sponsor twice, I think, last year. I made Inner Circle sponsoring. I qualified 20 downlines after 0 qualified the year before. 0. So you can go from 0 to 20 in a year. A lot can happen in a year. And I'll just leave you with that. Hopefully that was helpful. Focus on you and then the rest will come. You got this. See you in Turks.
I feel like we could use a little bit of Michaela every day, like a little pump up, like, oh, I can do anything. So thank you so much for sharing that. And congratulations to you, because you were right. You put the work in and the results show. So our next subject is, let's see, how to pay the buy-in. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you earn Turks and Caicos at 25%. So let's say you need to pay an extra 6, 8,000, whatever that's going to look like to get you there. That's a significant amount. But based on everything else you've heard so far, I hope that you are hearing the value of that. It's not just because it's going to be amazing and like a bucket list opportunity, but what you gain if you put your business hat on for a moment by getting there can be a game changer. So we're going to talk just a little bit. I don't know if Debbie's on here or not. But let's start looking ahead at that. So I would recommend start a special savings account or something just for that trip, so that, you know, whether it's you and your spouse, you talk about this ahead of time. I'm going to start putting money aside. Maybe you do a special event once a quarter. You do the Saving for Seminar Morgan style event, you know, but name it something different. And I'm going to open it up to some other gals here, because Kira, I don't know if you can speak real quick, but Kira has done a great job doing extra events, booking extra parties to make up that deficit, whether it be for monthly bills or to go on a trip to Hawaii, which she did and she earned herself. So Kira, do you want to talk about that real quick?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I only have like one headphone in because my other one is dead. So, and I'm at work right now. Yeah, so talk about like making things a priority, right? When you're at work doing a whole bunch of things and you're still like trying to get plugged in. That would be what these girls are talking about. You make time, you make this a priority. So yeah, I am a crown princess. I've been doing this for 5 years, and as some people might be like ashamed to admit that like you only earned it at 25%. Well, I only earned it at 25%, but that was because of me busting my butt. My team did a fantastic job, but my team kind of dissipated the last couple of years after kind of the out of stockalypse. And I really just been trying to help my girls focus on their own personal sales, find that belief. And so I've been doing the same as well. We're working on the sponsoring factor now, but really it is, it's filling your calendar and booking demos from demos, doing everything you can, doing those skincare accountability challenges. We also do like a flawless space event, just constantly putting yourself out there. Also, you know, doing what you can. I would say another thing that could really help with your sales is if you've not sorry, choking on like a Rice Krispie bar. That's my lunch. Don't do what I do. Okay. That's not healthy. But if you, I mean, like even doing like the NUA or your elite MUA or the skincare profile. Those are additional ways that you can get in front of people and have an excuse to get in front of people to try to then get more sales, try to get things on, our products on people's skin, on their faces, all of that stuff. That will help with your sales. And so, I mean, even for me, like last year, I had not this last year, but the year before, I had a really big sales year. Personally, I had increased by like $20,000. And I did the same again this last year. And stuff. So I had a goal to hit Ruby Senate sales every quarter. I hit Sapphire Senate sales one quarter, but Ruby Senate sales the other quarters. And my goal this year is to step up and do Sapphire Senate sales every quarter, which is like, oh gosh, how are we going to do that? But it's really just booking, like getting your calendar booked and being creative, stepping outside of your comfort zone, putting yourself out there in ways that you never thought you would do otherwise. That's where the magic happens ultimately, you guys. And then when you are so determined and focused, like you don't stop until you hit it. That would be the other thing. Do not quit. Even like when I was in Hawaii, I had done like a Morgan party right before I left for Hawaii, which was like not smart, just so you know. But I'm like, I really wanted to hit a goal so I could go surfing. Put that stuff out there. The girls were saying, share with your customers what goals you're trying to hit. Your customers are going to buy into that because they buy into you. They love you. They want to support you. They like the makeup, sure they like the skincare, but at the end of the day, ultimately, they like you more. Okay. And stuff. So if you share your goals with your customers, they are going to buy into that so much more. And I wanted to go surfing. And so, yeah, I had a big event and I'm like, this is my goal. I want to hit $5,000. If I don't hit $5,000, I'm not going to go surfing. If I do, then I will. And we hit $5,000. So I was able to go surfing and I was able to share that with them. My customers loved it. They saw the pictures, all of that stuff. So when you do that type of stuff as well, and even at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to hit another 1,200 PV before I could hit Sapphire Senna sales. Well, just kept busting it out, did a couple other events and was able to make it happen, you guys. So yeah, that would be what I say. Just do whatever you can. Don't take no for an answer. Really, ultimately, just keep plugging away. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, and congratulations, because you busted it out and you made it happen. So, and don't be afraid to share your goals. Talk about Turks and Caicos, set a goal tracker, share that with your customers. And we're going to talk about goal setting here pretty soon. But before we get there, I want to talk to you real quick about one way that you can increase your PV, which is by upselling. Now, for a lot of people, that's like, oh, I don't know. Elise, would you be willing to share a little bit about just the concept of upselling and how you've seen it work?
Absolutely. I love upselling. Okay. So upselling is a way that with your current business that you're already running, you can increase the amount of that you're selling without booking more parties, without doing anything. So with the orders that you already have coming in, you're going to increase that PV. So Michaela loves upselling too. I'm not surprised. You have the upselling personality. So upselling is just suggesting a complementary product or products to help raise the dollar amount on your order. So one of the things that I recommend, I'm going to be talking about goal setting because it's like my biggest obsession. But for upselling, if you use Square, I want you to go and see in your reports, you can see what your average order size is. So it will tell you it's $50, $60, whatever it is. I want you to look at that statistic and set a goal to increase that dollar amount. I always say start with 10%. So to increase that by 10%. So that will challenge you to upsell. So I'll give you like a beginner upsell if you're kind of nervous, and one that you can move to once you get more comfortable. So a lot of times upselling makes people really nervous because they're like, I'm coming off salesy. First of all, you are not. Second of all, you do work in sales. So even if you are coming off salesy, it's fine. Now, remember, you're not breaking their arm and forcing them to buy anything. You're giving them an option. So the kind of beginner level upsell that I want you to at least commit to this is whenever someone orders, you can go with the awesome, I'm putting your invoice together. Is there anything else I can grab you while I'm doing this? Is there anything else you need? So that's kind of what I used to get nervous with upselling. I started with that one. Is there anything else I can get you? And I was like, because I wasn't like ready to suggest anything. So is there anything else I can get you? Okay, so I started there. So if you're not upselling, I want you to start there. Yeah, well, I'm already shipping. I love that because you're like, okay, so I'm already putting it together. Now, what I like to do now is when someone is ordering is I turn to what I have in stock. Because if I already have it, I want to move it, right? So I'm going to look at some of the things that I have here, maybe the Glow Gloss Duo and Shadow, maybe you have that. It's a simple suggestion. Okay, so someone comes to me for tinted moisturizer refill. They're like, okay, I want, medium tinted moisturizer. Great. Hey, did you see the new gloss duo? It's a gloss and a shadow. It's called Glow that was released. It's so beautiful and it's really great for summer makeup on the go. I have one. Would you like me to add it to your invoice? You will be shocked. You will be shocked how many times people will say yes. And with that, I just did basically 2 orders in 1 order. So now I've doubled the amount of revenue that I'm bringing in with 1 transaction. Now, what if they say no? They're going to just say, no, I'm good, thanks. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you the info, or I'm going to send you the invoice for that tinted moisturizer. I appreciate you so much. You just love on them and you're thankful for them anyway. And it's never awkward. You will be shocked how many people say yes. One of the other things you can do when someone orders lip sense, suggest a gloss. With mascara, I always suggest either the primer or something to remove it. If they're getting skincare, like let's say they're getting the cleanser, obviously suggest moisturizers, all of these different suggestions you can have. And that right there is doubling the amount of revenue that you're bringing in. And you haven't even increased your number of bookings yet. So imagine what you do if you increase bookings and upsell. Another upsell that you can do that's really helpful is look at the last chance items. If you haven't been talking about those a lot, I love suggesting those to people. These items are 25% off. Do you want to grab any of them? A lot of people are like, oh, and then they go, yeah, I want Caramel Apple Diamond, Bombshell Diamond, and I want this and I want that, because they know they're getting it on sale as well. So that's another option. But it's a great way to increase the amount of revenue you're having for the same amount of output. Yes, don't stop. Keep upselling until they tell you to stop.
Hey,
I
Jenna,
love it. Yes, go ahead.
can I add to that? Just
Yep.
even something that I had with the mystery bags that just came out, because I accidentally ordered a little too many because it, like, with the whole going out of stock and then it came back in stock. I only wanted 20, but because I had sold 30 at that point, and I actually ended up ordering 40. And so one thing that I did with my Morgan party is I went back to all of those customers as a thank you and said, like, hey, this is a thank you. I'm going to give you a little bit of extra special deal on this. Would you be interested? And I ended up selling 50 of those mystery bags as a result of just going back to those customers that had already spent a ton of money with me anyways for my Morgan party, but just because I was giving them a little bit extra deal as a thank you, that's what happened. So
Awesome. Thank you. And there's some great tips in the chat. So if you're not already looking there, feel free to read it. And also know this is being recorded. So if you found yourself furiously taking notes on what, Elise was saying with her verbiage, don't worry. You can go back later. You can rewatch, write it down if you need to, type it out if you need to, whatever it takes just to get into the habit. Because once you start doing it, it becomes easier. It feels more natural. And the orders start to come in. So it is definitely something I would strongly encourage you to do what Elise said. At least offer the easy one. Is there anything else I can get you? Start there. With that being said, I'm going to go back to Elise to talk a little bit about consistency. And then Tiffany Abby is going to help us after that, talking about tracking goals and how to be all in. So Elise, would you share a little bit about consistency and how and why that makes such a difference?
Absolutely. So with consistency, the key and the important thing that you have to remember is you being active in your business is like turning your open sign on in your business. So have you ever shopped with someone, a small business or direct seller, and you've thought to yourself, are they still doing XYZ, whatever the business is? We don't want our customers to wonder if we're still doing our business. And the way to do that is to be consistent. So when you are live in your beauty group, when you are doing follow-ups, when you are talking to people, when you're in stories, that's showing your customers that you are open for business. You're here, you're working. It's just letting them know that they can come shop with you. So it's so important to stay consistent. There's nothing that bothers me more than when there's someone that I shop with and they like go silent for a month and then they're like, I'm trying to hit this goal. Everybody shop with me right now. And you're like, whoa, where were you for all of June? You know? So you want to stay consistent. Now, here's some options for consistency because I know it can be really difficult to curate that content. A big portion of consistency is just showing your life. You don't have to have these super cool reels with these beautiful transitions and these great live videos. People just want to see you. So it's, today is a simple gloss day. I'm running out the door. We have baseball games in this 95-degree heat. It's going to be a long day. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it's showing I still use lip sense. I'm still running around. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Just kind of letting them into your life. And I know this goes into goal setting that Tiffany is going to talk about. But when you are tracking your goals, that will keep you consistent. So when you are looking at a goal, a tracker, one that's posted in front of you to see, like mine's right here, that keeps you consistent because you have to go there and report that goal. So one of the things that I recommend is that you're showing up somewhere on social media every day with your business, whatever that looks like. That's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's something. And set a goal for yourself of 5 or 10, whatever it is, customers that you're going to interact with. Because being consistent isn't just being on social media, it's actually connecting with humans. So I love doing it as just, follow-ups, just commenting on people's social media. They know that I'm there and then I'm, watching them and I'm engaged. And that is how people know that you're open for business. I've seen people shoot themselves in their foot with consistency. So it is the key because all I might do is show someone putting on tinted moisturizer and they're like, oh, I need a refill of tinted moisturizer. Where if I hadn't showed up that day, they wouldn't have remembered that they needed that. So every day you're going to show up and do something, talk about your business, share your goals. People love that. It's so huge in this business.
Thank you so much. And something that Pamela Foti always talks about and becomes a really big part of In the Zone is she helps you learn how to be consistent. So if that is something that you feel like is a true struggle for you, which to be honest, for some of my best friends in this business, that is their biggest hurdle, but that is a hurdle that we can work through and really learn how to not let it hinder our future success. So, with that being said, we are going to wrap up with learning how to truly track for success to earn a trip to Turks and Caicos and to be all in. So Tiffany, Liz, if you can't see the chat, Liz Pope just said she's looking at me. But Liz, you are not alone, my friend. And you have done a phenomenal job this last year working through that consistency. And guess what? It's just going to keep getting better, friend. Okay, Tiff, I'm going to swing it to you.
Hi guys, I'm Tiffany Abbey. I'm a Ruby Crown Princess. Hawaii was my second Cinestar trip. I've been with Cinegents for 5 years this month, and I'm on track for Bora Bora. So one of the biggest things that is super key in working towards a trip is tracking your success and tracking your progress. If you're not tracking, you may come down to the very last month and realize that you have to sell 5 times as much as you're used to selling to hit your goal. And nobody wants to hustle that hard to where you're not sleeping. So what I want you to do when you get off of here, or even now if you want, is to pull up your current inner circle course in your back office. If you don't know how to find that, we can help you with that, or ask your upline or Crown Princess. But you're just going to go in and you're going to get your current PV so far for the year and your current DPV so far for the year. And you're going to project out. Okay, so if your PV currently is 3,000, you're going to multiply that by 4. So you're on track to hit 12,000 PV. But you need a minimum of 15,000 PV to hit any level of the Turks and Caicos trip. So you need to make up that 3,000 PV that you have to hit. So you're going to take the total 15,000, subtract the 3,000 that you've already hit, take that 12,000 and divide that by 9. Gives you a monthly goal. Divide that by 4, gives you a weekly goal, and then divide by 5, because we don't work 7 days a week. I mean, most of us do, but let's try not to work 7 days a week. Divide it by 5, and that gives you your daily goal. And then what you need to do is every single day, write it down. Write how many sales you made on your calendar, either before the day starts or at the end of the day. If you're writing it down, you're reminding yourself in your brain if you are on track for your weekly goal or not. And if you have a day where you have 0 sales, then you know the next day you've got to double up. Or if you have a great day where you sell $1,000 in product in a messenger party, then you know you can take it easy for a few days, or you're just that far ahead and you can look towards maybe even upping your tracker to the 50% level or the 75% level. Just like Elise said, have a tracker on your wall. I have one for Bora Bora here. I have one for Turks here, and constantly update that. You can make a graphic as well and share that in your customer group. Get your customers bought into helping you. They want to help you earn these trips. They feel a sense of accomplishment when you earn these trips too. And they love watching you enjoy them in your stories. You have to share when you're on these trips because they have helped you get there. That's a whole nother topic. So that is the biggest thing, is figuring out what that number looks like. Now, when it comes to your team volume, it's really hard to project that, even if you have a really strong team, or maybe you have a team that was really, good last year. It's hard to know who's coming and who's going. So the best thing for you to do is really focus on your personal sales. You can kind of get an idea of which level to shoot for based upon where your sales were last year for your team. So for example, if your team hit a total of 10,000 DPV for the whole year last year, as long as you continue doing what you're doing and continue growing, you can expect that you're going to hit that again. So then you can say, okay, if they're going to hit 10,000, then I need to shoot for 30,000 PV, which is Sapphire Senna sales every single quarter. And you're going to be in Turks and Caicos. So just break it down. You don't want to eat the whole elephant in one bite. You want to little bites at a time, and use your calendar to track everything. A goal without tracking is a dream, right? We need to actually look at it every single day and focus exactly on what we need to do to hit those goals. So that's basically it. Does anybody else want to add about tracking? Did I miss anything that, really helped you this year? No? Okay, well then you have to be all in, guys. You have to be all in. So what's really important, we all have these goals, right? You make your vision board for the year. I want to hit, Crown Princess, or I want to hit Turks and Caicos. I want to earn my car. You need to pick one and really, really focus on that one. Now, earning the trip to Turks and Caicos is going to come with earning other things. You may hit Sapphire Senna sales. You may hit Sapphire Senna sponsor. You may earn your car. You may earn Bora Bora or Lips trip for the following year. There's all kinds of things. It's a trickle down effect. When you're working on a big goal like this, it's going to affect your business in so many ways. So everything that everyone said earlier is going to help grow your business. Getting your husband to buy in when you go on these trips is going to help grow your business. My husband is my biggest cheerleader, and he will help me if I get distracted by crazy stuff going on, or if I'm not focused. He's like, Tiffany, remember, we're going to Bora Bora, we're going to Turks and Caicos. You've got to focus. Don't worry about that. That doesn't pay our bills. Like, getting your husband's buy-in is a huge thing. Connecting with people and being able to collaborate and share any positive energy, any ideas is always super helpful for your business and for your team as you're growing. And you get to decide. My upline wasn't on the trip. You know, it doesn't matter where your upline is, where your sideline is, where your downline are. This is all completely up to you. You get to decide. You just have to make it a priority and put the activity and the effort in to make it happen, and don't give up, because it's possible. You just have to do the work. That's all it is. And that's all I have.
I feel like we need this was so great. And it is being recorded. Hopefully later today, I will be able to upload it. I'll create a link and I will share with all these wonderful women, and they can disperse it back to you. But if you leave with nothing else, I hope we have reignited belief that you can do this. Because once that belief is there, the rest will come once you start putting in the work and showing up. And so I hope that this has been helpful. If you have questions, please reach out to an upline, a sideline, someone that is on this call. Before I forget, let's do a picture. So if you're able to put your camera on real quick, that'd be great. Otherwise, don't worry. I know several of you are at work and like, yep, there's my Jennifer. She's always showing up at work. And so I'm going to take a couple of pictures and I'll post this so you can show in your stories or wherever that you're showing up and you're going to learn how to earn a trip to Turks and Caicos. So I'll be sure to share that with others in the thread and they can disperse it to you. But thank you for showing up and spending time with us. I hope to see you all in Turks and Caicos. And I guess now just get to work, right? So everybody have a good rest of your day. Bye.